also people from Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean. All of these different kinds of people have their own musical traditions.
There were brass bands and ragtime pianists, symphony orchestras and blues musicians, just to name a few. Jazz began to emerge from different people and their music began to blend together.
Early jazz featured syncopation, improvisation, and blue notes. But jazz was not just one style of music. It featured many other styles, like Dixieland, bebop, swing, or the blues. The blues is a musical style that originated in the African American community. It came from plantation work songs, spirituals, field hollers, or calls.
It was used to express sadness through music. Not all jazz tunes are blues. Not all blue tunes are jazz.
The word blue has become another way of saying sad. So if you find yourself feeling sad, at least you know you can go with blue blips.
Oh, when you're down and feeling sad. Oh, when you're low and feeling bad. Oh, when you feel so crummy, you don't know what to do. If crummy was a color, that color would be blue. Here's what you do. You sing the blues, the blues, the blues. Woe is me. Woe is you. Whimper, whimper, sigh, sigh, sigh. Sniffle, sniffle, cry, cry, cry. Oh, when you're down and feeling sad. Oh, when you're low and feeling bad. Oh, when you feel so crummy, you don't know what to do. If crummy was a color, that color would be blue. Here's what you do. You sing the blues, the blues, the blues. Here's what you do. You sing the blues, the blues, the blues. Here's what you do. You sing the blues. You sing
One of the earliest styles of jazz is Dixieland. It came from an African blend and improvisation from European instruments such as the trumpet, trombone, and clarinet. Dixieland musicians promote musical ideas from brass band marches, ragtime, or blues over a steady rhythm played by a rhythm section.
A rhythm section usually had a piano, guitar, or banjo, bass or tuba, and drum.
Some of the instruments in a Dixieland group played a melody, while others improvised or jazzed up the melody.
Dixieland jazz is also known as New Orleans jazz or tradition.
Other cities that are known for jazz include Kansas City, St. Louis, Chicago, and New York.
It wasn't actually called Dixieland until it started to move from North South New Orleans.
Young Americans really like this style of music. They love to listen to it and dance to it.
Radios and record players were becoming more available, which helped the popularity of jazz.
Almost anyone could listen to jazz in their own home over the radio. Jazz is truly spreading across the land.
Moving up the river, listen to that sound.
Jazz bands grew to include 4 trumpets, 4 trombones, 5 woodwinds, and a rhythm section. They toured all over the United States, filling the radio airwaves with sounds of swing.
Another new style of jazz called bebop or bop came in the 1940s. This was a very complex kind of jazz with fast melodies and improvisations. Jazz showcased the technical skills of the players and had a frantic feel to it. Some people didn't care for it while others thought it was genius. Cool jazz also appeared in the 1940s, but is very different than bebop. Some people think it was a kind of reaction against bebop.
The word cool meant the style was more understated and more moody. In the 1950s and 60s, Latin-influenced jazz became strong.
Latin dances such as the bossa nova and the samba were very popular in the United States. Latin jazz had its own unique sound.
They used a wide variety of Latin music instruments such as congas to play rhythm music. They used the syncopation rhythm, which is not always swing.
Clearly, not all jazz music swings. If you ever wonder what it means to swing or not to swing, let us show you.
To swing or not to swing, that is a thing. That is a thing. To swing or not to swing, that is a thing. That is a thing. Jazz doesn't necessarily have to swing. Sometimes it's true. Swing is not the thing. To swing or not to swing, that is a thing. That is a thing. This swings, this swings, this swings. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. This does not swing. This does not swing. This does not swing. Cha-cha-cha. Jazz doesn't necessarily have to swing. Sometimes it's true. Swing is not the thing. To swing or not to swing, that is a thing. That is a thing. That is a thing. That is a thing. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. To swing or not to swing. Swing.
Throughout the year, we have learned about many jazz musicians. We have listened to jazz from swing to blues and bebop to fusion. We would like to share a little bit about these musicians with you.
Louis Armstrong was one of the first well-known jazz musicians. He played the trumpet and had a very distinctive voice. Everyone called him Satcho. Louis Armstrong invented scat singing.
Duke Ellington was a jazz composer, pianist, and a big band leader for more than 50 years. Many of his works have become jazz standards like
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing.
Count Basie was another big band leader, pianist, and composer. The Count adopted Kansas City as his hometown and developed the Kansas City style jazz.
Benny Goodman was handed a clarinet as a child when there was no other instrument available. Goodman later became one of the best clarinet players to have ever lived. Benny Goodman created bands which played all over the world.
The first lady of song, Ella Fitzgerald, was homeless and penniless when she won the amateur contest at the Apollo Theater in Harlem. Ella's voice is one of the most original voices in the history of jazz. She worked with many of the greats, including Louis Armstrong, Count Basie, Duke Ellington, and Benny Goodman.
Billie Holiday was discovered in Harlem and first recorded with Benny Goodman. She eventually joined the Count Basie Orchestra. Billie was one of the first black vocalists to sing with a white orchestra. She was known as Lady Day.
Charlie Yardwood Parker was the most influential saxophonist in jazz history. Bird was a dedicated musician who practiced 10 to 12 hours a day to sharpen his improvisational skills. Bird helped develop bebop and bop jazz.
Dizzy Gillespie was a band leader, trumpeter, and composer. He started the piano at age 4, but taught himself to play the trumpet at age 12. Dizzy is known for his huge, puffed cheeks and bent trumpet.
Thelonious Monk started piano lessons at age 5. His style of bebop was considered insane by many of his friends because it was insane and ahead of his time. Thelonious became more famous when he recorded many Duke Ellington songs.
Miles Davis started playing the trumpet at age 13. By age 15, he was touring with the band. Miles went to Juilliard School, but convinced his parents he should drop out of school to join Charlie Parker's band after 1 year.
Finally, a local guy, Dave Brubeck from Concord, California.
Dave started studying to be a veterinarian at College of the Pacific, but switched to music after a year. The Dave Brubeck Quartet performed the first instrumental album to sell 1 million copies. The album was called Time Out. Dave Brubeck performed for 6 American presidents.
Jazz continues to change and blend with new styles of music, whether it is jazz rock, contemporary jazz, or fusion jazz, or any new style jazz that is growing and changing consistently.
Jazz is about personal expression, emotion, and communication. It's American music at its best. Thank you for joining us today. We hope we have helped you appreciate jazz a little better and understand jazz a little more.
Wanna hear those saxes? Wanna hear those trombones? Wanna hear those trumpets? All jazzed up tonight. When the wind is trumping and the heart gets thumping, and my heart gets pumping, I'm all jazzed up tonight. When they start to play my favorite song, I can hardly wait to sing along. When the wind is smoking, honey, I'm not joking. Go-go's unspoken, I'm all jazzed up tonight. When I hear those scratches and the beat is given, that's what I call living. I'm all jazzed up tonight. When the rest is feeling and I hit that feeling, wanna hit the ceiling, I'm all jazzed up tonight. When they start to play my favorite song, I can hardly wait to swing along. When the wind is smoking, honey, I'm not joking. Go-go's unspoken, I'm all jazzed up tonight. Ba-da-ba-ba-da, 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 I'm all jazzed up tonight. Ba-da-ba-ba-da, 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 I'm all jazzed up tonight. Oh yeah, oh yeah, all jazzed up tonight.
Well, parents, I hope now that you, if you weren't a jazz person before, and we discovered today, Ben Warnow and I, he said, I'm glad we did this. I didn't know anything about jazz before. And I said, neither did I, really. Not very much. So I have walked down the road with them, and I have learned it with them this year, which has been so much fun. And so I hope you'll listen to some jazz at home. Isn't this great stuff?
Yeah.
And it only gets better. We've got a wall of people over here for you to choose from to listen to. So I hope I've opened a the door for you. I'm going to get my darlings in black out the door to get a breath of fresh air, and then there you can feel free to bring them in, take their picture with this